Hi guys, Ashley here. I hope you're keeping well. So today I'd like to speak to you about jealousy. Yes, the green monster. We call it the green monster because that is kind of what it turns you into. Hey, you have this feeling, this resentment against someone else, and it's like having poison inside of you that eats you up and it twists you up inside and turns you into someone that you really are not. It is not a healthy place to be in, and jealousy is not a healthy emotion. Many times in the Bible, it speaks about jealousy. And in the book of Proverbs 14 verse 30, it actually says, jealousy rots the bones. Now that's quite a graphic description, but I think it's quite appropriate. It's something that you internalize, a negative emotion that you internalize, and it eats you up, and it never ends well. It never ends in success. I see jealousy like this. It's kind of like a slap in the face to God. You see, when you are jealous of someone for achieving something or receiving something, you're basically saying that you disagree with God, that you feel like He has made a wrong choice by blessing that person or by choosing to work in their life. And you don't know what God is doing in and through that particular person in that particular season. It's like you're saying, God, I don't believe you have enough to go around. And by blessing that person with that new car or that new house or that promotion, now there's not enough for me. And now I'm not happy about it. And of course, this is a completely wrong attitude to have. And it's very, very limiting. I think of some examples of people that I've known. I had a guy friend who, really great guy, and he was really, really into cars and sports cars in particular. And he knew everything about it, just about every model of car you could think of. And when we were out as a group of friends, out and about, if he would see a sports car or a really smart looking car come past or in the area, he would suddenly start mocking, oh, look at that driver, look at the idiot, and start criticizing this guy. But then in the same breath, he'd take out his phone and take lots of pictures of the car and tell us about the capabilities and what this car could do. But it was so obvious to all of us that he was jealous. And we laugh, but, he was jealous of the driver. Now, he doesn't know. That might have been someone taking the car out for a service. It might have been someone driving his dad's car. Or it might have been someone who worked really, really hard to achieve the dream of buying that particular car. Either way, it's none of our business. And this friend, every time we would see someone driving a smart car, he would have something to say and he would go on and on and on. I think of another time when I worked with someone who had some insecurities about her physical appearance and her fitness. She hadn't paid much attention to it, and anyone who came around her who focused on their health and fitness, she somehow saw it as some type of threat. And one day in a meeting, from out of nowhere, she just started criticizing me. I'm a runner. I love to run. I've always run. I really enjoy it. And started criticizing me. And out of her mouth, she said something along the lines of, well, you think you're better than all of us because you're a runner. Now, first of all, that makes absolutely no sense. Anyone who's a runner, and I know most of my friends are, anyone who's a runner know that we run for the pure joy of it. It really is such an awesome, awesome sport, or whatever sport you might be involved in. We do it for the love of it. And to think that you think you're better than someone else because you're involved in sport, it makes absolutely no sense. But what she didn't realize is with that statement, she wasn't outing my belief. She was showing her belief, that she believed that people who ran or were into health and fitness or played sport or whatever it might be, she believed they were better for whatever reason. Based on her history and her past experiences, she must have had some type of past hurt, and she was then projecting that onto me in an environment in front of my peers to humiliate me or to bring me down. Now you see, this is what jealous people do. In that moment, she had a choice. She could have decided, you know what, I actually really want to start focusing on my health and fitness. I'm going to take up a sport. Tomorrow, I'm setting an alarm clock, I'm getting up, I'm hitting the gym, or I'm going to run or go for a swim or play a game of tennis or whatever it might be, because we're all into different things, different sports and activities. But she could have started working that day. And now a couple of years later, who knows where she could have been? She could have achieved and succeeded all her goals. She could have been a lot faster than me, that's for sure, when running. But she decided not to. Why? Because she didn't want to do the work. She decided it would be easier in that moment, and I'm sure many other moments with many other people, to bring them down. And that's what a jealous person does. They will attack you to try and bring you down to a lower level, to criticize you or to mock you and to mock your dream or mock your achievements or mock you as a person, because it's easier to do that than to get out and do the work. In the Bible, in the book of Job, 5 verse 2, it says, jealousy slays the simple. I don't think any of us want to be in that situation where we're simple enough that we allow jealousy to slay us, to kill us, to destroy us. Really, what is happening in someone else's life, it's their life. If we spent as much time focusing on ourselves and developing ourselves as we did sometimes focusing on others and criticizing them, we would see a big turnaround in our life. If we look at the flip side, if somebody's jealous of you and you find that they're constantly trying to provoke you and attack you and they're trying to criticize you and bring you down in front of others to make themselves look better, see it for what it is. And my best advice that I can give is to pay it no attention. Honestly, we have an adversary in this earth and his name is the devil, and he sometimes speaks through people or situations to try and distract us from fulfilling God's highest destiny for our life. And often, as we're walking into success, as we're walking into God's divine plan for our life, criticism will come to distract us. But if we stop and we engage in arguments and conversations and to try and convince that person that we're actually a great person, it's a waste of our time. Sometimes people are committed to misunderstanding you, and there's no amount of time that you can spend to turn their mind around. So honestly, the best advice is to stay in your lane, stay on your path. Don't let jealous people distract you from achieving what God has placed in your heart. Pursue your dreams, keep moving forward. I hope that blessed you and encouraged you today. I love you guys. I'm praying for you. God bless you. Bye.